you wanted the best, you've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
Hello, Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why my voice keeps going higher and we keep just taking that to the next level on the thing. Maybe I'm just going to start an opera. Maybe I'm going to sing it. Going to open up myself a second career. In fact, we joke one time that we should make a podcast where, as the host and the guest, we all have to sing our questions and answers, and the whole show is singing, which sounds like something from, I don't know, Liberace days, or who's that guy with the bubbles? My grandmother used to make me watch him. Anyway, guys, refer the show to your family, friends, and relatives, or else we'll make the show a singing show. It's a threat. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Facebook.com/Chris Voss, YouTube.com/Chris Voss, and all the great things of the Chris Voss Show across the interweb, which is in the sky, as they like to call it. They don't call it that. Anyway, guys, we have an amazing young lady on the show. Kathy Knowles joins us today. She is a speaker, certified coach, trainer, spiritual maven, and also a woman, a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and as always, a nature lover. It's good to love nature, because without nature, I don't think we exist. She has lived many lives inside this one. She's been a single mom, a divorcee, a corporate executive, business owner. In each of these roles, she gave it her all. She did everything right, at least according to everyone else, but still, something was missing. I think a lot of us get to that point in life. She felt overwhelmed, exhausted, disconnected, like she was living on autopilot. Yeah, I think we all feel that sometimes. So she took in look for the truth that was longing to feel more like herself, not just who she was to others, but who she was in her essence, her soul deep, intuitively alive, and spiritually grounded and free that she could achieve. In 2022, everything began to shift. She stopped chasing and started listening. She began the journey of becoming fully herself, integrating spirit and humanness, not separating those. And that's why she's here, to share intuitiveness and learning from what she's achieved in her life from her. Welcome to the show, Kathy. How are you?
Thank you so much, Chris. I'm doing great. How are you?
I am excellent, and it's wonderful to have you, Kathy. Kathy, give us your .coms. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Absolutely. So my website is intuitivestrategies.com. Mm-hmm. I'm on Facebook, Intuitive Strategies, as well as Instagram, Intuitive Strategies.
There you go. There's a lot of intuitiveness to some of these things here, and this seems to be your special sauce or your juice. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
There you go, the special sauce, because it's not a Big Mac without the special sauce, I think. But that's a different thing. Yeah. I must be hungry or something. What's going on?
You must be.
Chris needs
food. It must be lunchtime over there.
It actually is. It's noon.
I know.
So, Kathy, talk to us a little bit about a 30,000 overview of what you do, how you do it, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. So I work with clients that are in the space where they know that something else is going on within them, and they can't really detect or completely understand what that is.
Now, those are the demons, like I
yes, maybe. Sometimes it's demons and sometimes it's not. It can be a lot of very interesting and curious things going on, right? And yet they're not really coming in complete understanding of what it is that they're getting, the frequencies, the words, whatever that may be.
Maybe you just had kind of a feeling, kind of like what we talked about in your bio, that, things are just, I don't feel happy, maybe. Things feel off. I don't feel complete, maybe.
That's exactly it. It's that there's something off. There's something I'm missing. There's something that I feel unplugged from.
Mine is evidently Big Macs right now.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
That's fine.
So you help people achieve this. Now let's talk about your story. And intuitiveness, like we said, is your special sauce. How did you discover what intuitiveness is, and why was it the factor that you didn't know you were looking for, but maybe you found it, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because I had it at one point and then it just completely went away and then it came back. And so for me, 2001, which was a long time ago, as we can tell, it was a really rough year.
Oh,
My,
yeah.
yeah, my oldest son was leaving to go into the Coast Guard.
Mm.
Um, my puppy uh, passed away. She was only 4.
Oh, no.
My mother had leukemia.
Mm.
She passed away. And
Mhm.
of course, 911 happened.
Mm.
So it was a rough year.
Yeah.
And what had happened was the year after that, my mother's brother passed away, and they were both young. My mom was 63 and my Uncle
Oh,
Gary
wow.
was 61. And shortly thereafter, I began to feel different things. And I couldn't really, like, I didn't know. I had no clue
Mm.
what it was. And it's like, okay, I have to start having a little less wine kind of thing, right? And then all of a sudden, one evening, I was in the bathtub and I'm sitting there, and my mom and Uncle Gary came in. They were
Mm.
right there. Like I could see them. I could feel their energy. I could feel their happiness. They were just standing
Mm.
there holding hands. And it felt so loving.
Mm.
And I knew I'd never seen anything like that before. And I said, okay, something's happening. I'm on a path, right?
Mhm.
And then that's when everything really started to open up for me.
Ah.
I started to have um, crazy lucid dreams. A
Mhm.
lucid dream where my husband would be sound asleep, the bedroom would be black, but yet I knew I needed to keep my eyes closed because messages were coming in, things were coming
Oh.
in.
Mm.
Um, just a lot of really amazing and remarkable things. And I
Mhm.
found a teacher and I said, hey, wait a minute, I can do what she does.
Mm.
And then I really started to work with clients around 2005.
Mm.
And it was a wonderful experience.
Mm.
So that's how my intuition first woke up.
Ah.
That was the beginning of it.
Mhm.
Then I lost it again for a while.
Oh. Was it
So,
when you say you lost it, was it maybe you weren't listening as much, or I could do the ironic joke, maybe you just weren't being intuitive enough. But
maybe.
where you maybe weren't listening, because a lot of these talents that we have or skills that we develop, there's a bit of tuning that you have to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, I think that I was doing, first of all, I was doing it exactly the way my teacher had taught me. Right. And
Mhm.
it was her way. It wasn't my way.
Ah.
And when she passed away, her husband came to me and asked me if I would take over a portion of her business. And
Mhm.
that was a portion where she did a lot of traveling around the United States. And he said, you have to leave corporate. I was I was VP of human resource. And I said, I'm ready to leave corporate anyway. So I'm so ready to get out of corporate, right? And so, I did, and I hated doing it.
Mm.
I did it for about 2 or 3 years, and I just felt so stuck and
Ah.
so like I was intuitive, but I wasn't using it, I guess, my way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And it,
Yeah.
it wasn't fun. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't any of those things. It was just this over and over again. And
Wow.
so, yeah. And then in
Was
2017, I decided to walk away from that and get into my corporate HR side again. So,
Ah, there you go.
career changes over and
Yeah.
over again.
Now, you worked in HR before that? Did you have a
Yes.
lot of experience in that? Yeah.
Yes. I was a VP of HR.
Mhm.
And so I have probably 25 years experience in human
Oh,
resources.
okay.
And it's a fun, I absolutely loved it. I enjoy people. So of
Mhm.
course when you enjoy people, HR is comes pretty easy to you, which
Mhm.
it did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoying people. Well, that's unfortunate you did that.
I know.
Have you seen people lately? No, I'm just kidding. People are people are wonderful. They give me hope in life. And so, how do you define intuitive? Being intuitive. What is this skill? Flesh this out for us and lay a foundation on how you define it. And it's a big word, intuitive, like 3 syllables. I think most Gen Zers don't know what that anything beyond two or something. I'm teasing them.
So intuitive comes to us in many different ways, right?
Mm,
It can come to us. So, first for me, I had a very strong knowing, like I would just know things. Even when I worked in corporate HR, I could talk to someone on the phone who lived in a whole other state,
mm,
and just know he was a person we're going to hire to lead this part of the organization, right?
mm,
This division. And I just knew that. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was because I've been in HR for so many years that it's just the way it works. And then I
mm,
started to realize that's not the way it works. And
mm,
then as I would talk to my clients, I would hear or feel their intuitive aspects of them, right?
mm,
Because first for me, I just knew things.
mm,
Then the second thing that really started to develop for me was feeling. Like I feel things very deeply inside of myself. And I also see things. It's not
mm,
unusual for me to see a bright blue light, to see,
mm.
I can be, working with someone and I can physically see a client's animal or clients how they are in the like how they are in the workplace. I can they give me insights on all of that.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so when I work with my clients, it's really kind of tapping into what is their strongest intuitive point or intuitive asset, and how can they wake that up. And the
Huh.
beautiful gift is, as you wake up one, you wake up the second, and you wake up the third. And I have a sense of smell.
Mm.
Usually it's really stinky things though, like cigars and stuff, but I do. I have a sense of smell,
Ah.
and yeah. So it's really beautiful the way it opens for you when you play with it.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. There's intuitiveness in being able to seek things out. I think I don't know if I have the same definition as you do. You tell me. I don't. I haven't really given much thought to it, but having intuitiveness of knowing, sometimes what you're searching for and you can't find it, but you're searching and you're doing the work to find it, and knowing there's moments in your life that can be huge change moments where you're intuitive and you go, I think I should go down this path.
Yeah.
And being able to identify successful things, like there are times when in my companies, I'd be looking for some sort of fix or something, and I would be, pulling from my group of people, and I'd just be like, here's the idea I'm looking for. Here's the concept of what I'm looking for. I'm looking to solve this problem. Does anybody have an idea? And I'm weird that I usually know what I'm looking for, but I don't know what I'm looking for. But by polling people and and having intuitiveness of what is probably a good idea or a bad idea, and also knowing that my ideas aren't always great, uh, I've been able to kind of plumb the ether, if you will. I guess
Yeah.
maybe I'm just making up terms now, where I can try and pull stuff, or some people call it manifesting or attracting. Me, it's just doing the work and listening and being aware and being watchful. And when that moment comes up, you're like, "Hey, that's it. That's the answer I've been looking for." Sometimes it comes from your own intuitiveness and your subconscious mind. Sometimes it comes from others. A simple example is I was I was looking for a great name for a mortgage company because they'd all been taken back in the day, and we couldn't figure out one. And there was all the good ones were taken, and everything else. And so we were going to call our mortgage company. I just came up with a name that was available, and it was started with an A. So it was at the beginning of the Yellow Pages list. These are the Yellow Pages days where you named your company something with A, so you could be at the top. So early Google SEO. So yeah, primitive.
Yes.
But so I came up with Ace Mortgage, and this is in the state of Utah, which is not they don't do gambling with their cult. And so turns out that was really bad. For the first month, we were just eating it over the name. People were complaining about, Ace, is this a gambling thing?
Oh,
No, and for me, Ace was a flying ace. I would build as kids these models from World War II, and so I thought of it as an ace flyer sort of thing. But
right.
people saw it as a gambling thing. No matter what I do, we couldn't get out of it. And so I had to be intuitive enough for 30 days to be able to listen to my customers and go, this isn't catching with them. They don't like it. It's negative. And so I sat around for several days with my staff, and we're bouncing names off. And of course, most of the names are taken. And one guy said Park Place Mortgage. And I was like, boom, that's it.
Good
And he's
one.
like, yeah, I mean, Park Place Mortgage, Monopoly mortgage. I was
Yeah.
like, boom. Sure enough, it hadn't been taken.
Oh,
And so I and at the moment he said it, I was like, boom, that's the idea I'm looking. That's the thing
that's
I've
it.
been plumbing the ether for. And in
Yep.
fact, I went down and registered that name. And 2 weeks later, we got a notification. We went and bought the business cards and the signs and all that shit. And within 30 days, we changed the name of the company, and people loved it. And the problem was, we got this message from the business bureau that said, "Hey, someone came and beat you that same day to the name. You can't use that name." And I was gonna. My first thought was, "Oh fuck yeah, whatever. Okay, that makes sense. All right, let's come up with another name." But the little intuitiveness said, "You should look into this."
Yeah.
And so, and just that listening to that little small voice. And so I did. Turns out they had shown up half an hour after us that same day with the same name, but they had registered after us, because I was sitting there thinking, I was standing at the window when it opened that morning. I was
Right.
waiting at the window. So how did someone beat me? And so those are some examples of intuitiveness. And we ended up
Yeah.
getting the name rewarded back to us. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
listening to those voices helps.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, the feelings, like, is it in your gut? Is it in your heart?
Yeah.
Are you feeling something in your throat? Like all parts of your body, you're picking up all of these vibrational frequencies, right? Constantly. They're constantly coming at us. So it's really being in a place where you're feeling it or you're knowing it or seeing it or whatever and saying, wow, what is this? Like, let me just slow down enough to bring it in and really acknowledge what this is that I'm getting, because there's so much power to it. So much power. It's really a gift. It is
Yeah.
a complete gift.
Yeah. And learning to listen, a lot of times, sometimes our subconscious minds, I think, or conscious minds are trying to tell us something, or subconscious minds. Like, hey, man, this isn't working for you. Are you paying attention to what's going on here?
Right.
And that could be really important, because you can listen for things that go in your life. I do a lot of quiet stuff from time to time. I go out in the yard with my dogs and
Yeah.
read Marcus Aurelius meditations. And sometimes I don't spend a lot of time reading. I'll just grab something random out of it, and I'll read a paragraph or two, and then I'll just kind of ponder, sit there in nature, and just kind of enjoy things. I do a thing where usually I go day tromping with my cameras and do photography.
Ooh,
And,
nice.
and so I just wander looking for moments, and it
Yes.
gives me a lot of time to slow down and stay. I think what I'm trying to get to is having certain moments where you can be present,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not lost in thinking about the past and worrying about the future. Being present in the moment is
Mm-hmm.
is a great seeding for intuitiveness, I think.
It really is. And And you know, being present in that moment, it's another form of meditation, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of my clients say, oh, I can't meditate, forget it, I'm not going to sit there. Well, you don't have to sit there. You know, one person that I um, love dearly is Technahan,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so well, he's passed, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, so remarkable about the walking meditation
Mm-hmm.
and just really being in the space where you're just really honoring, this is where I am right now,
Mm-hmm.
and let's turn this into a form of moving meditation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wonderful. And another great thing people can do too is just, you know, if they even have a challenge being in that moment of, you know, being able to just go outside and be in that energy and really take it in, just breath, just breathe in 4, hold for 7, release, mouth open for 8.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you once you become accustomed to that, you do that 1 or 2 times and you're right where you want to be.
Huh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. So you do work. Talk about how you apply this in working with clients, coaching them, and some of the different things you offer on your website.
Right. So you know, I do work on the intuitive side. I teach people how to be more intuitive and open up to that. And I also work with clients on the HR side. And
Mm-hmm.
that really is all about building strong and powerful teams and allowing them to increase their intuition as an individual or as a whole corporation. So when I work with my clients, it really is being in that space where we're just constantly, it's being open and curious and having fun and just experimenting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just like we talked about the breath or about being in the energy of the movement of outside and just being in that where you can really take it in. It's knowing and honoring, you know, your vagus nerve and allowing it to align with yourself so that you constantly understand where your energy is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is your frequency lower? Are you, you know, are you vibrating at a space of fear or anger or shame or guilt? Or are
Mm-hmm.
you truly vibrating from the space of love and compassion? Like,
Mm-hmm.
where is your vibrational frequency? Because that matters.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go from a place of feeling shame or guilt and get yourself all the way up to love.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen immediately. So what are the steps that you need to take to get yourself there? What does that
Yeah.
look like? What does that feel like?
Mm-hmm.
And it just really is playing with that curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being curious is really important. I remember back when I was younger in my entrepreneur days, I read, excuse me, I think it was Anthony Robbins' book, and he talked about the power of asking questions
Yeah.
and how that really opens up innovation, how that can open up intuitiveness, like we talked about today. And it really changed my life because I learned that ask questions. You know, I was asking questions of my staff. How do we come up with a better name? How do we do this? You know, plumbing the universe, being grateful. There's kind of a gratefulness to it where you're humble and you go, hey, I don't have all the answers. Let's try and find them. You know,
Yeah.
people, what's that old Dunning-Kruger thing? People that think they know the answer and have a high have a
Yeah.
high confidence they're right are usually the people who are wrong, and the people who have a knowledge that they have not mastered something and it takes 10,000 hours or something of that
Yeah.
effect to master something, you know. And so asking questions is important. Like, why do I feel the way I feel? Am I
Yeah.
unhappy? Am I happy? uh do I need a Big Mac with special sauce? I'm still
I
hungry, evidently.
I guess. I think too, you know, when you're in that space of curiosity and asking these type of questions and just um again being in that place of play, that's when intellect has a tendency to move towards wisdom for me.
Mm,
That's what I've noticed. First of all, in myself, you know, but also in many of my clients, like when we're really in that space of, I can tell immediately when they start to tap in
mm,
because it's just wisdom. And it's
mm,
what a amazing way to walk the world.
Yeah. What an
Yeah.
amazing. And you help people do that with your services you offer on your website. You have
Yes, I
personal
do.
coaching. You do business solutions where you work with AR as well. Do you do that as internally or as an advisor or some function?
An advisor. I do that
Okay.
as an advisor, and I do. There's times when I may work with the entire team in specific divisions, or I may work with the CEO. So yeah, that's the way
Oh,
that works for me.
there you go. There you
Yeah,
go. And I notice you have a offering on your site too of a free guide for the 7 energetic steps to the future that's calling you.
yes,
That
yeah,
explains all those messages and calls I keep getting. It's my
yeah. That's
it's my
right.
future that's calling.
That's right. Remember, if you have your future calling, just listen. Just
Sorry,
listen.
sorry, Google Voice got set off there.
Oh, that's okay. Got excited.
Go ahead. She just wanted to get her 2 words in there.
2 cents in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with Intuitiveness, you help them. They can get the free guide. Do you want to tease out a couple of the 7 energetic steps, or at least give us a tease
Absolutely.
out? Hmm.
Absolutely. One of the steps is just really being in your own vibrational frequency and really understanding what that is. And again, going back to, is it shame? Is it guilt? Is it anger? Is it fear? Or are you living more from intellect, or are you going up to love and all of these type of things? It's really understanding how to monitor that frequency, and also understanding too that a lot of good and bad happens, right?
Hmm.
And we need both.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need
Why do you
both.
think we need both? What is it? Let's
Well,
flesh that out a little bit, maybe.
right. I think it comes down to, we can find so much greatness and wisdom in ourselves
Hmm.
after we've gone through something that is
Ah.
very hard and very challenging. It's
Hmm.
it's almost like, again, talking about vibrational frequency, our vibration is dropped so low that we're in that place of deep sadness and just deep, just all of it. We're
Hmm.
feeling all of it so much. And then one step at a time, we keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's just almost this thing of, okay, I was here,
Hmm.
and I understand there's lessons here. So what do I take from it now?
Mm. There you
Right?
go.
What's next? What's
Hmm.
next?
Yeah.
So it really is being in that space. And it also comes down to deep listening.
Yeah.
Um, Again, like you said, going outside and being in that energy and being with your puppies and
Hmm.
just being able to take all of that in.
Hmm.
My morning walks,
Hmm.
they're so simple, and
Hmm.
it's so quiet, and there's so, each step I can feel. And
Hmm.
and again, it's allowing my vibrational frequency to go up. It's allowing my own heart to be in alignment with my thoughts. It's allowing all of those things. And
Hmm.
it's also really acknowledging when you're moving to that place of being in your higher self, when
Hmm.
you know and understand that everything is connected.
Hmm.
There's We're all so deeply connected, and
Hmm.
what that means, and the way that we can expand that out to really make a difference in the world.
Hmm.
Those are 3 of those steps, and it just brings so much peace.
Yeah. Peace. And creating those moments to listen. I think one of the problems, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the problems we have in life is we don't make space for those moments to be intuitive and listen. We're constantly drowning ourselves out, and I'm guilty of this too. Doom scrolling on social media,
Yeah.
uh, sitting watching the TV with our tongue hanging out the side like a cow. Um, that's how I imagine people watching the Kardashians.
Yeah.
So, uh, the and we fill our life with so much noise. Like I remember one time I made the realization that I can't go from my desk in my home office to my kitchen without taking my phone with me and trying to watch some videos of on TikTok in between.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I fucking doing? Like, is
Right.
there so much distance between here and there that I can't cross that chasm alone?
I have to watch TikTok.
Yeah, like I'll make coffee, espresso, and the machine is doing its thing, and warming up, and so I'm watching TikToks. It's just
Yeah.
I go to the bathroom, and you're in the bathroom watching TikToks, and don't know what else is going on there, but you're watching TikToks. You're in bed, and you're laying there, and instead of just maybe thinking about the day and pondering over what you did and maybe what you want to do tomorrow, I'm just doom scrolling across TikTok or
Yeah.
Instagram or Facebook or reading my friends' comments. And we're so focused on that, we're so focused on filling our life with noise. It's like
Yes, we are.
we can't put up with being quiet anymore and being in solitude.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
solitude is a place that it really is connecting us with our souls, right? It's like we're here, we have our heart and we have our mind and we also have our higher selves, our souls. And being in that energy of the solitude, of the quietness, the stillness, just the beauty of it. It's just so incredible. And it's so simple. I mean, it's simple when you're in it, but trying to get there, I understand, can be a real challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you help clients achieve that, help them do that, help them see that, and help them get their lives in order. And I mean, the only way you're going to change is giving yourself those moments where you can listen to quietness, understand what's going on, and all that good stuff. As we go out, any final more thoughts on some of the service you offer, or anything we've missed that maybe we should let people know that you do?
Nope, we didn't really miss anything. And please go out and sign up for my freebie. It would be great if everyone did that. And thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, Chris.
And thanks for coming. I think we've given some people some great points on how to be more intuitive.
Awesome.
Maybe get more peace in their life. And, I mean, sometimes you gotta just go, to get a cup of coffee or chocolate and go sit in the corner, read a book, or, be thoughtful and just kind of, go outside and like look at the mountains, look at, I think that's why you mentioned, walking. A lot of people do hiking, they'll go up in nature. I find nature is a great way to tap into some of that too. Going out and just realizing this spectacle of the eons of time it's been here. I used to get so depressed when I lived in California, and I would go down to the ocean, and I'd just be in this world of depression and worrying about things and my problems in the future and blah blah blah. And I would go down and sit on the beach and just be in nature, and just the hearing of the waves, and then realizing that this ocean, this shoreline has been here for eons of time, and it's going to be here long after I'm gone. And it really would give me perspective. It would put my stupid little problems of, I don't know, the can opener isn't working today or something, I don't know. The car needs an oil changer. All my stupid little problems, I would sit there in front of this giant ocean and beauty and the sunset, and I would just be like, this thing's been here for eons of times, according to nature. My little stupid little problems are pretty stupid. And I would go home feeling like they had been minimalized, like they had been put in perspective where I could handle them and consume them and be like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna be here tomorrow, and if not, I mean, that's the way it goes. But we're planning on being here tomorrow and see how it goes. But nature's really good. And then just seeding those quiet moments where you can be intuitive. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Kathy, for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. Give us your .coms as we go out so people can find you on the internet.
Absolutely. Intuitivestrategies.com, my website. Facebook is Intuitive Strategies, and Instagram is Intuitive-Strategies.
There you go. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show, Kathy. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye now.
Thank you. And thanks, Jonas, for tuning in. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss1 on the TikTokity and all those crazy places on the internet. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you guys next time.